Australian Open 2026. Top 5 best moments. The first Grand Slam of the 2026 season lived up to the expectation and hype. The Australian Open 2026 delivered a tournament rich in emotion, history, and unforgettable spectacle, blending iconic farewells, record-shattering feats, and championship drama across both singles draws. From legends defying age to new champions rewriting the record books, Melbourne once again proved why it remains tennis's most compelling Grand Slam stage. As the curtain fell on another classic edition at Rod Laver Arena, moments of grit, glamour, heartbreak, and triumph stood out above the rest. Here are the top 5 defining moments of the Australian Open 2026 that captured the essence of the tournament and left a lasting imprint on tennis history. Stan Wawrinka retires from Australian Open in style. Stan Wawrinka bowed out of the Australian Open 2026 in unforgettable style, delivering a valiant performance in what he confirmed was his final appearance at Melbourne Park during his farewell season. The 40-year-old Swiss wildcard fought tirelessly in a 4-set third-round loss to number 9 seed Taylor Fritz, 7-6, 5, 2-6, 6-4, 6-4, on John Cain Arena, captivating the crowd with vintage one-handed backhands and fierce competitiveness before an emotional on-court farewell. His campaign had already defied expectations. A gritty 4-set win over Laszlo Djere in the first round, followed by a thrilling 5-set marathon comeback against 21-year-old Arthur G.A., making him the oldest man to reach the third round of a Grand Slam since 1978. After the Fritz match, Wawrinka shared a heartfelt speech thanking the fans for 20 years of support, then famously cracked open beers from a courtside cooler, toasting with tournament director Craig Tiley amid roaring applause and tears from the stands, a quintessentially relaxed yet poignant Stan the Man moment. Wawrinka's Australian Open legacy is indelibly tied to his breakthrough 2014 title, where he stunned the tennis world by defeating Rafael Nadal in the final, which was his first Grand Slam crown, achieved by toppling both number 1 Nadal and number 2 Novak Djokovic en route. With a stellar 46-21 record at the tournament and 20 main draw appearances, Melbourne became the stage for his greatest triumphs. Naomi Osaka made a breathtaking and unforgettable entrance at the Australian Open 2026, turning heads with a stunning, high-fashion walk-on outfit that blended athletic wear with dramatic couture elements. Collaborating with Nike and designer Robert One, she debuted a jellyfish-inspired look which symbolized transformation, energy, and new beginnings, partly inspired by her young daughter Shai. The ensemble featured a flowing, pleated white miniskirt layered over wide-legged trousers, an aquamarine tie-dye top with ruffled details in oceanic hues, and playful frills evoking jellyfish tentacles. Adding theatrical flair, she accessorized with a wide-brimmed white hat adorned with a butterfly, a long gauzy veil that partially veiled her face, and a white parasol she carried regally onto Rod Laver Arena. Novak Djokovic defeats 2-time defending champion Jannik Sinner to become oldest Grand Slam finalist. Novak Djokovic rolled back the clock and produced his best win in over 2 years, stunning 2-time defending champion Jannik Sinner in a gripping 5-set semifinal thriller on Rod Laver Arena. The 38-year-old Serbian 4th seed rallied from a set down twice to prevail 3-6, 6-3, 4-6, 6-4, 6-4 in a marathon lasting over 4 hours and 9 minutes, ending just after 1:30 a.m. local time. This victory snapped Sinner's 5-match winning streak against Djokovic and ended the Italian's bid for a third straight Melbourne title, while propelling Djokovic into his 11th Australian Open final and 38th Grand Slam final overall, his first major final since Wimbledon 2024. The defining achievement, at 38 years and 253 days old, Djokovic became the oldest man in the Open era to reach an Australian Open final. He showcased vintage resilience, saving 16 of 18 break points and converting clutch opportunities to dethrone the world number 2. Post-match, Djokovic called the win one of his finest in recent years, thanking doubters for fueling his fire and declaring it felt like winning already tonight prior to the final. Elena Rybakina beats Aryna Sabalenka to claim maiden Australian Open title. Elena Rybakina etched her name into Australian Open history by claiming her maiden Melbourne title in dramatic fashion, defeating world number 1 and 2-time champion Aryna Sabalenka 6-4, 4-6, 6-4 in a tightly fought women's final on Rod Laver Arena. The fifth-seeded Kazakhstani star avenged her 2023 final loss to Sabalenka, showcasing ice-cool composure under pressure. After dropping the second set and falling behind 0-3 in the decider, Rybakina mounted a stunning comeback, winning 5 consecutive games to seize control. She held her nerve with powerful serving under pressure, winning 81% of first serve points in the deciding set, and sealed the title with a trademark ace on championship point. Rybakina's muted celebration and composed demeanor underscored her belief in letting her racket do the talking rather than her words. Carlos Alcaraz becomes youngest career slam winner after winning his first ever Australian Open title. Carlos Alcaraz etched his name into tennis immortality by claiming his maiden Australian Open title at the 2026 edition, defeating Novak Djokovic 2-6, 6-2, 6-3, 7-5 in a thrilling 4-set final on Rod Laver Arena. The 22-year-old world number 1 overcame a shaky start, dropping the opening set to the 10-time champion before unleashing his explosive athleticism and variety to dominate the middle sets with aggressive baseline play, dazzling drop shots, and relentless defense. He broke Djokovic's serve decisively in the fourth set after a tense battle, converting his opportunity on championship point with a powerful forehand winner, completing a remarkable comeback in just over 3 hours and securing his 7th Grand Slam crown while thwarting Djokovic's pursuit of a record 25th major. The crowning achievement came as Alcaraz became the youngest man in Open-era history to complete the career Grand Slam at just 22 years and 272 days old, surpassing previous records held by legends like Rod Laver and Rafael Nadal. Dropping to his knees in elation before lifting the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup amid roaring cheers, Alcaraz shared an emotional on-court moment with Djokovic, who graciously hopped the net for an embrace. In his victory speech, the Spaniard called it a dream come true, crediting his team alongside idol Nadal watching from the stands.